Hey, author and horror news contributor William Burke back with another cult movie double bill. Condensing our first film down to a short review was a real challenge because I could go on for hours about its brilliant filmmakers, ingenious technical innovations, and iconic storyline. But that's for another day. So here we go with 1932's The Most Dangerous Game. A big game hunter survives a shipwreck only to wash up on the private island of a Russian count with a passion for hunting.
Here on my island, I hunt the most dangerous game.
Man. In 1924, Collier's magazine published Richard Connell's short story, The Most Dangerous Game. It was an instant sensation, becoming one of history's most reprinted stories. Fun fact, Richard Connell was born in Poughkeepsie, New York, just like me and Ed Wood. In 1932, Ernest B. Shostak and Marion C. Cooper adapted the story into a film, capitalizing on the already built jungle sets for their upcoming production, King Kong. They also cast King Kong's star, Fay Wray, who pulled double duty, nearly collapsing from exhaustion. The Most Dangerous Game is a pre-code film, meaning the filmmakers got away with a lot of on-screen violence and innuendo. That includes mounted human heads and making no bones about the villain's intention to rape Fay Wray's character.
One passion builds upon another. Kill, then love. When you have known that, you will have known ecstasy.
The shipwreck scene is particularly brutal for its time.
Help! No! He got me! God made some men poets. Some he made kings, some beggars. Me he made a hunter.
The villainous Count Zaroff is brilliantly played by British actor Leslie Banks, becoming the prototype for cultured Bond movie-style villains. Those scars on his face are genuine, acquired during his service in World War I. Though largely forgotten today, Banks ruled the British stage and was a favorite of director Alfred Hitchcock. The screenplay is by James Ashmore Creelman, who also wrote the first draft of King Kong. But I suspect director Shostak's wife, screenwriter Ruth Rose, refined that script. Rose also did a page one rewrite of King Kong, pumping up the action and suspense.
I was thinking of the inconsistency of civilization. The beast of the jungle, killing just for his existence, is called savage. The man, killing just for sport, is called civilized.
Yeah.
It's a bit contradictory, isn't it?
Now, just a minute.
Dangerous Game's razor-sharp dialogue is one of her trademarks. After a menacing second act introducing Zaroff, the film shifts into high gear. The hunt itself is a breathless combination of music, editing, and camera work that was radical for its time. The film's breakneck pace editing style would soon fall out of favor until, thankfully, it was resurrected for the James Bond films. If King Kong was the Star Wars of its day, then The Most Dangerous Game was the Die Hard, becoming a blockbuster. The film's popularity inspired a flood of remakes, knockoffs, and imitators. Even television shows including Gilligan's Island, Lost in Space, and Get Smart got in on the hunt. But the original is still the best adaptation of Connell's story, mainly due to the talents of King Kong creators Marion C. Cooper and Ernest B. Shostak. If you love films that combine high adventure and soaring imagination, you owe these gentlemen a debt. And for more horror thrills, check out my novels, Dominant Species, Primeval Waters, and Scorpius Rex.
Ivan is a Cossack. I am afraid, like all my fellow countrymen, he is a bit of a savage. Smile, Ivan. Ulitnis!
Our second film is a low-budget sci-fi T&A movie that dares to be dumb. And that's its charm. It's 1987's strangely familiar Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. Two bikini-clad convicts escape from their space prison, only to crash on a psychotic big game hunter's private planet. If that sounds a bit like our first film, well, that's no accident. Slave Girls is an uncredited, interstellar adaptation of Richard Connell's story, The Most Dangerous Game. But the production team's commitment to quality on a limited budget is what makes Slave Girls so entertaining. It's a well-shot, nicely art-directed film with a great main set that I think employs a forced perspective miniature. I couldn't help smiling at the lovingly crafted but not quite great miniatures and the obviously studio-built fog-shrouded jungle. Look, they even recreated the original's fallen tree set. Everyone involved brought their A-game to this B-movie, including the cast.
This obsession with hunting you call sport, isn't it just a little inconsistent? The beast in the jungle killing merely for his existence is called savage. The man killing just for sport is called civilized. Isn't that a bit contradictory?
Scream Queen Brink Stevens wins the movie's silver medal, proving she's more than just eye candy.
Suddenly, simple human warmth means a lot. I never knew any friends.
She delivers some memorable moments before her blink and you'll miss it death scene.
Touch that hidden tripvine, and you'll have 10 tons of tree in your lap.
But the gold medal goes to Elizabeth Kaitan as Daria, a quick-witted slave girl desperately in need of a cool backstory.
I can't pull her out!
Is she a former pilot? A rebel soldier? It would have only taken minutes to shoot a few lines cementing her character's past, but sadly that moment never comes. It's a shame because Kaitan clearly worked out that history in her head.
If life wasn't so cruel, everything would be beautiful. Life doesn't care. Look at this jungle. Everything in it survives by killing something else. Not by choice, just by circumstance.
Zed kills by choice.
So will I.
She's a capable actress whose wide-eyed sincerity was showcased a year later in director Anita Rosenberg's Assault of the Killer Bimbos.
You're brilliant.
Dazzling. People have to wear sunglasses.
Sadly, Kaitan never landed a breakout role worthy of her talents. After starring in Vice Academy 3, 4, 5, and 6, she left acting. Elizabeth, you deserve better. Don Schreiber is also great as the slimy Count Zaroff-inspired villain, Zed. Instead of hounds, this futuristic hunter is aided by a pair of Laurel and Hardy-esque robots.
You displease me, and I ignore you.
Sadly, his automated helpers are not the sharpest droids in the fleet. My verdict? Open up a bottle of 2-buck Chuck, put your brain in neutral, and enjoy Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity.
Now what do we do?
Our universe is vast, full of wonders. We'll explore, find strange new worlds, together.
More great films are coming, so like and subscribe so you don't miss them. Hey, you never know when you're going to find yourself being hunted by a maniac on their private island. So read my horror adventure novels because they're full of vital survival tips. And thanks for watching. Poughkeepsie rocks.